Hello students, my name is Brian McBride and I will be your instructor slash facilitator for this course, Fluency with Information Technology and Computing. And this is a fully online course, so you will be using extensively Blackboard to get directions, access the course assignments and materials such as videos that I'll post, and of course also turn in your assignments on Blackboard as well. So what we'll do is I'm just sort of mimicking what we're going to do or you're going to be doing to interface with the course. You will start off by logging into Blackboard. So use your U of M LAN credentials to do that, the same ones you use to access your email. And what should pop up are any of the courses that you are signed up for the spring 2014 semester. And I'm going to go ahead and click on Fluency with Information Technology. And the first screen that will pop up is the announcements page. And here you will have, this will be my first way to communicate with you, announcements telling you basically what to do if there's anything out of the ordinary. Also reminders such as due dates. There's really going to be only 2 due dates that you're going to have to keep track of, and I'll explain when we look at the syllabus in just a moment. Also, these announcements will be emailed to your U of M Flint email account, so check that periodically throughout the semester. If you need to contact me, do so by email. That's the easiest way, and I will show you my contact information in just a moment. So if you look at Blackboard, and your screen will look slightly different as a student compared to what it looks like right now. I guess I can make it look a little more like what a student's screen is going to look like. You're going to basically access the course content by clicking over here on the course content button and accessing the information. I've broken the content folders up in terms of the chapters that we're going to be covering. The first 4 chapters, which correlate with the course textbook, is our chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4. They're on defining information technology, chapter 1, exploring the human-computer interface, chapter 2, basics of networking, chapter 3, and chapter 4, the hypertext markup language primer. So I will come back to this information in just a moment. What I'm going to do now is go to the course information link, and under that link is a link to our course syllabus. And I just want to go through that real quickly with you. Again, you are registered for CSC 101, Fluency with Information Technology and Computing. This is being given or offered by the Computer Science, Engineering, and Physics Department. And the information that you need to know about me to contact me is basically going to be, here's my phone number. You can leave voice messages for me that will go to my email. You will again access the course content by going to Blackboard. This is the URL or the Uniform Resource Locator for Blackboard. You can also access it through uofmflint.edu. At the bottom will be a link to Blackboard. This is a home page which I'm going to show you some things later in chapter 4. You will have a home page as well that you're going to create an assignment for. And then most important, I guess, for contacting me is my email address. It's brmcbrid, no E, at umflint.edu. The course text that we're using is called Fluency with Information Technology, Skills, Concepts, and Capabilities. It's the 5th edition. I do recommend that you get the 5th edition. We probably have some 4th editions floating around. but the 5th edition is actually more up to date with the information that we'll be covering in this course. The ISBN numbers are there. I do recommend that you just rent the text. It's a lot less expensive that way, and you probably don't need or want the text after the course is over. I'm not going to go through the course description. I will let you do that because it's sort of boring. There's course objectives, of course, that you can also go over if you'd like to. I'm not particularly interested in covering that at this moment. The student learning outcomes are listed here. And then finally we'll get to something that I think is interesting for you to know about. So this course is designed to give learners as much flexibility as I possibly can in how they complete the material and the assignments. It is recommended that you use the sequence of the tentative schedule that I've given you. We'll look at in just a moment. The first 4 units of the class are posted already on Blackboard so that you can get access to them. There will be another 4 units that will be posted in about 3 or 4 weeks as we've made some progress at the beginning of the course. And again, you can complete these assignments in any order you want, although it probably will make the most sense to you if you cover them in the sequence that I have listed in the tentative schedule. Basically, the learner, you, need to keep an eye on the 2 due dates for the assignments. I've broken the course up into 2 halves. Part 1. All of those assignments are due at the same time, May 31st at 11:59 p.m. That's midnight. And all of the Part 2 assignments will also share a similar or same due date, which is June 25th, again at 11:59 p.m. midnight. So basically, those are the only 2 due dates that you have, but they are rock solid. I will not accept assignments from Part 1 after May 31st, and I will not accept any assignments from you for Part 2 after June 25th. So just be careful of those 2 dates. Of course, you can do all of Part 1 in a week's time if you really put in enough effort and turn them all in, and then you're all set for the first half of the course. And then, like I say, in about 2 or 3 weeks, I will release the second half of the course on Blackboard so that you can get started on that. But do not wait till the last minute. The flexibility here could turn out to be a problem for you if you wait until the very end of May to do all of the course assignments. I don't recommend you do that, but the flexibility of an online course makes it so that you can fit it into the time that you have in order to complete the assignments and do the things I'm asking you to do. All of the student assessment is based on the quizzes that come at the end of each chapter. They make up 50% of the final grade, and the additional assignments for each unit will make up the other half of the grade. So there are no exams, there are only quizzes and assignments. Some of the assignments are quite simple and straightforward. Some of the assignments are going to be very, very involved, and you will probably need some resources, including me, to help you with completion of those assignments. All of the assignments and directions for the assignments are going to be posted on Blackboard. You must turn in assignments on Blackboard. Do not email assignments to me. If you email assignments to me, A, they very likely will get lost, and of course you'll never get any credit for them, and B, there's just no convenient way for me to keep track of when you've turned things in and when you haven't turned them in, like Blackboard can do for me. It can actually keep track so that we both can see when something's been submitted, and of course when I grade it, you will be able to see your score for the assignments. Moving on. So again, the assessment of student learning outcomes is just going to be very straightforward. 50% of the grade is based on assignments, and 50% is the end of chapter quizzes. The grading scale is pretty straightforward, pretty standard. And then let's take a quick look at the tentative schedule. So again, I have divided the course into Part A and Part B, or Part 1 and Part 2. And the first 4 weeks of material is already posted on Blackboard. I do recommend that you cover the material in this order, although there's no requirement to do that. You will be confused, though, in a couple of cases if you were to start to do assignments from Chapter 4, because, for example, Notepad, I explain how to download and what is Notepad in Chapter 1. So it would make sense that you would do Chapter 1 so you'll know what Notepad is, so that when you do Chapter 4 and I start talking about Notepad, you'll understand what it does and what it is. All of the assignments, including the quizzes, for Part 1 are going to be due on May 31st at 11:59 p.m. And that is an absolute deadline. I will not change that deadline because obviously I have to grade assignments and make sure that I have time to give you feedback on things. Moving on, Part 2, that will be the second half of the course. We'll be covering this information, representing information digitally, representing multimedia in the computer, computer operations, and algorithmic thinking. And again, all of the assignments and quizzes related to Part 2 are going to be due on Wednesday, June 25th at 11:59. And that is the rock solid deadline for all of those assignments. The prerequisite for this course is that you just have some familiarity with computers. I think everybody these days have had some experience with computers. Hopefully you've used at least Microsoft Office or Microsoft Word to create text documents. Basically the only remarks on homework are, no late homework assignments will be accepted. Because I'm making it quite simple with 2 due dates, there's no point in asking me to extend due dates for an assignment beyond those 2 due dates. I won't do it. So please be careful to manage your time well and get the material or get the assignments and quizzes done in time so that you don't lose points. Again, as a reminder, no email submissions of homework are going to be accepted, so please don't turn them in on email thinking that you're going to get credit for them. Throughout the semester, you are going to need help. You're probably going to need help from me from time to time, but if you have technical issues with Blackboard specifically, then you may find that you'll get faster aid from the Blackboard Help Desk, which this is the phone number and this is the email. So if you're running into issues, say when you're taking a quiz, you can certainly contact me, but if you contact the Blackboard Help Desk, you'll probably get help with it in a quicker fashion. All other technical issues with your computer or with the university's computer systems, you probably want to contact the ITS Help Desk. Again, here is the email and the phone number for those. The academic integrity of this course, the policies, are listed in the U of M catalog. This is the link to that if you want to take a look at it. It's pretty straightforward stuff. And then important dates, because this is a spring term and is technically only 8 weeks long, the dates are really close together for things like dropping the course and getting your 100% tuition refunded, or disenrolling and getting half of your tuition back, and then dropping the course so that it doesn't go on your transcript. So those dates are listed here. They're all at 5 p.m. on those days, so you have to take care of things by 5 p.m. on those days. As always, a syllabus is a general plan for the course so that you'll know what to expect. There may have to be deviations from the plan throughout the semester because of either technical problems or other issues that might pop up. But for the most part, I think I can stick to this schedule, and I will certainly give you plenty of notice if things happen to change. If you have any questions about the syllabus, by all means, once you've had a chance to look it over, send me an email, and I will respond as quickly as possible. So going back to Blackboard, again, I'm going to go to the course content. And under the course content, as I mentioned before, I have in folders the information for the first 4 chapters of the book. For example, let's take a look at Defining Information Technology, Chapter 1. I list here what it is that you should be able to do once you've completed this chapter. For example, explain why it's important to know the right word. And if you're saying, well, what do you mean right word? You'll understand after you've read the book and done the assignments in this section. Relate the connections among hardware, software, the experience, and data. Define basic hardware and software terms. Define and give examples of idea terms. So these are things that you should be able to do once you've completed the assignments in this chapter. So I'm going to go into the folder for the course content, and it's very important for this course that you do things pretty much from the top down in the order that you see them inside the folder. So the first thing you should do is you should spend some time reading the course text. This course text is a required course text, and you will need to read these pages in order for you to get a lot of the information that you're going to need. There will be some posted lectures on Blackboard from me, as well as other resources, but at least several of these chapters are going to strictly be you have to read the information. So there's the reading assignment. And then once you've done with that reading assignment, you can move on to assignment number 1. Assignment number 1 talks about a system called Sixth Sense. It's actually a pretty impressive computer interface technology. And basically you're going to watch the video and then answer some questions about what you've seen in the video. Some of the questions are basically your own personal reactions to what you've seen. Other ones are specific pieces of information that you should have gotten from the video while watching it. And then finally, once you've done that assignment, you should be prepared, if you've done the reading and you've done the assignment, to take the quiz. You'll only have one opportunity to take the quiz. You can certainly have your book notes, anything that will help you answer the questions, handy. And I don't see it as being a very difficult process to get all of the points on the quiz, as long as you've done the reading and the assignments. So once you've done that, you are done with this chapter, and so you can move on to the next chapter, exploring the computer interface, human-computer interface. And again, you've got the same concept with this particular chapter, where you have some reading assignment and then an assignment of things that you have to do, and then a quiz. Now, it will not always follow like that. There will be some content that is going to be, like I say, a lecture that I'll post for you. I've done that with the basics of networking, for example. There is an assignment here, and then there is a link to a lecture that I have already posted on Blackboard. Okay, so there's an example that'll be part of the assignment and the material that you need to cover in order to be prepared for the quiz at the end of the chapter. Again, this should be pretty free-flowing for you. You can access and do the assignments and do the reading based on your time frame, and as long as you complete it by the due date, and just keep track of those due dates. If you have any questions, by all means, send me an email, and we can also arrange for office hours to meet if there's something that we're not able to work out through email. One other option is to set up a virtual meeting online. We can set that up. Eventually, we'll probably post something explaining how to do that. If you haven't done it before, we'll be using a tool called Illuminate Live that I can basically create a virtual meeting between us online. If you're not comfortable with that and you can come to the campus, I can certainly make myself available to meet with you on campus. So that's it. Again, send me emails if you have any questions for me, and I hope you'll enjoy this class. Thank you very much.